Hello everyone, Skater Nate, aka Nate the Builder here. Today we're going to be building a supply transfer station at Graygarden. Hope you all enjoy. Let's get into it. One of the things I enjoy most when building settlements is using that which is already here. And here at Graygarden we've got these stacks of boxes, pallets, barrels. These barrels we can pick up and rotate. If you press the left stick, you can change the direction that you are rotating. Put that one right there. I'll have to do that one again. So yeah, first thing I want to do is kind of put up a wall that separates this area from the rest of the Commonwealth here, so it's not quite as visible. So we go into structures, and I think I want to use junk fencing to start this off with. I'm just going to kind of roughly place it to begin with, and then we'll work on tidying it up afterwards. I think that ought to be just enough, and we will use the pillar glitch technique in this one. For those who are unfamiliar with it, we will go into concrete walls and select the pillar. The concrete wall pillar is not the only pillar that works for this. You can also use the pillars that are under it's not going to like that, so move that one out of the way. You can also use the pillars from the warehouse section. I just want to make sure that this is down low enough that it's not floating off the ground down here. So you can see. I should have given myself a little more space to work with, but that's okay. The main trick to this technique is making sure that the bottom of the pillar is lower than the object you're trying to sink, so the game reads the pillar and not the other object as that which you are trying to move. See if it'll let me get this in here real nice and close. Not quite. Does that look good enough? I think so. And I knocked over all those barrels again. Huh. Tire on the edge is going to keep us from. So we'll have to do a double glitch technique here. Pull out the trusty rug. It doesn't matter which one you use. I like to use the rugs that are only cloth, because this is going to be disappearing. So now I just want to make sure, see how the wall moves on top of the rug without using the hold A to select all. But now we are going to hold A to select all. And we should be able to position this wall wherever we want. And then if it's floating a little bit, delete the rug and it sinks right back down. And I'm going to go ahead and repeat that with this piece of wall here so that we can get it sunk in nicely. Butted up nicely against the corner piece here. I'm just looking at both edges. Looks like right there is where I want to go. Nice and tight, nice and even. And since the rug was showing, I was able to remove it. Now we just have one more wall piece that I want to do the same thing with. Again, place the rug. Set the wall on top of the rug. Make sure it's set properly by moving the rug. Use the pillar. Select all to grab the wall, the rug, and the pillar all together. Now it looks like this one, I think I'm going to angle this one as the hill kind of turns a little bit right here. Just like that. And the rug was still showing, so I can get rid of it. Alright, let's put our barrels back. Hopefully I don't knock them over a third time. I likely will, though. So before we start over here, I want to build a little shack. I think I'm going to get rid of this tree. If I can. I cannot get rid of this tree. Interesting. I thought I could scrap that tree. So just a little covered area. About right over there, but I'm going to sink this down into the ground a little bit as well. So we'll get that trusty pillar back out. I'm actually going to grab one of these others to show you that it works just as well. In the miscellaneous tab of warehouse, you have this pillar. And then just place it where it's not snapping to the object that you want to move with it, and it works just the same way. Just have to find a spot where the game doesn't get upset about trying to place this. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and build this out and then place it. I want wooden walls. There goes that barrel again. Gosh darn it. I'm gonna wait till the end. There we go. We have a nice little covered area. The main part of this build is going to be right over here. It's not very technical or anything like that. It's just kind of what I like to think of as a little creative idea. Building a loading dock for the Brahmin that passed by. Oh, we're gonna have to glitch those stairs in closer. I should just leave one of these pillars out, shouldn't I? I'm gonna go into scaffolding and use one of these ramps. So then it looks like we have a nice way to wheel up some of the heavier objects. It's all about thinking of how the settlers are going to use these. At least in my mind, that's how it works. I don't think I need that. I'll put you over here. And really now it's just to decorate it. This is basically complete other than a few modifications. A few decorations with furniture. So I'm going to have to use a rug again to move this in. I believe there are some lanterns. Maybe not. Maybe that was under. Maybe that was a mod that I had at one time. There are candles. And a fire barrel. Put a candle there. Let's go back to containers here. And we'll use the pillar. Make sure I get that low enough. Set these on top of this pallet here. And the last question is, do I want to put a container up here? Yes, I do. Maybe. If it sits a little bit more flush. Right there, maybe. I don't like the candle. Alright, so we basically got her built. Let's see, I think one more thing I want to add that I want to show you guys before I do a little decoration pass is I am going to power this up and add a spotlight up here. But I don't want it to just sit up on top because it won't sit quite flush. I'm going to kind of mount this sitting down inside a little bit. To do that, we'll need some pillars again. So I'm going to raise this up in the air, lower my pillar by holding X and the left bumper, and using the joystick to go up and down. Kind of want to line up with that front leg right there. And just get this into position where holding A selects both. And one pillar is not tall enough, so what we can do here is use two pillars. And now I'm going to select all on the bottom pillar and just move it in till it gets to where, right there. Move that one down, set this one back on top, grab it all. And look at that, we can about right there, looks good to me. Hopefully, yep, we can still connect our power. So we'll go back in the corner here, watch out for the barrels. Put a little generator down. Awesome, now we have a spotlight on the area, and since we have power to this, might as well add a little bit of lighting. Alright guys, I'm going to quickly just do a quick decoration pass on this. I think I have to go back to Sanctuary to grab a few of the things that I want, and I'll be right back. And now it's time for the reveal. So imagine being a provisioner, bringing your Brahmin down, parking it right here. Come around, maybe you stop for some lunch and a drink, cook something over the fire, swap out what Graygarden needs, come over here to the logbook and see what kind of orders, maybe there's been some orders placed, maybe we need to keep track of some inventory. And then we've just got all the goods right here, ready to go, ready to load onto the backs of the pack Brahmins. And that's it. Just a simple little 15-minute build can just add so much flavor to a settlement, give it a little story to tell. I really enjoy building these little set pieces. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If there's anything you would like to see added to this, changed, done differently, anything that stood out to you that you enjoyed, please let me know. And I will keep making videos like this if you guys enjoy them. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.